All right, Full Range Alchemist back at you. We got Golden Scapula Volume 2. What'd you think of the logo? First time you're seeing it, we just made it yesterday. We're always evolving here at Full Range Alchemy, so hope you enjoy that. Now, today we got Scapula, Pails and Rails. We're gonna do some loaded cars and we're gonna do some extra little control work. It's gonna be a good little workout. Make sure you do your scapula cars before we start, and we're gonna get to work. For the first exercise, you do need 4 blocks. If you only have 2, you can do it 1 arm at a time. If you have the 4, it's better. We're gonna get twice the efficient action. So, let's go. Okay, we got our Pails Rails here. This is another one that doesn't have too deep of a stretch. So you can hold it for, maybe 20 seconds, 15 seconds, just get comfortable, and then we can start the action. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm kind of going into like what push-up position, right? My head is down on the ground as if I'm in the bottom of a push-up. But I'm bringing my hands up onto the blocks. You want it so you're able to lift off, but a little bit. You see that? I got about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. If you have 1 block and you're coming way off, you're not going to feel the exercise as well. So I'm using 2 blocks. You might need 3. 1 may be enough. Whatever allows you to just clear the box. What I'm going to do then is, starting with 10% of pressure, I'm going to drive down as if I'm going to do a push-up, but my body's not going to lift. So it's going to be isometric pressure into the box. We're starting at 10%, 20, 30, 40, you know the drill. We're going up to 100%. At 100%, you're going to hold that for 15 seconds. So I'm inhaling, bracing, I'm starting to push. I'm feeling everything deep back here into the shoulder blades. Driving the block into the ground hard as I can. When I hit that 15 seconds, I'm going to immediately use my shoulder blades to pull my hands off of the block, and I'm holding this for 10 seconds. And I'm trying to pull deep as I can, as if I'm going to put my elbow into my back pocket. So, pushing down, pulling off, pulling the elbow into my back pocket, holding it for 10 seconds. Drop back down, do at least 2 sets of this, and we're going to move on to the next exercise. Second exercise is going to look almost the same as what we just did, except for we're not doing the pail aspect. We're just going to be pulling our hands off the block. We're doing lift-off. So here, definitely you want to just be able to clear. I can try 3 blocks. Don't think I'll get there. Yeah, I can clear. Okay, so I'm going to do this 1 at a time. For me, I'm going to use 3 blocks. The closer I am to my end range when I pull off, the more difficult the exercise is. If I start down here and I'm able to use the momentum and the speed to get to my end range, it's not as true active mobility as if you're right around your end, and then you're going to just somehow use everything you can to just lift off just a little bit. I'm going to do sets of 12. I'm taking my deep inhale, and I'm going to pull up and slowly go back down. You control the descent. Never slam back into the box. We're always controlling the tissue and the movement all the way. So once again, I'm lifting off, dropping down, lifting off, dropping down, lifting off, dropping down. I'm doing sets of 12, 2 sets each arm. Last exercise we're going to do is some swimmers. So I got my hands in the back of my head, and I'm going to be face down on the ground. So behind me is going to be going straight up into the air. So I'm using my scapula to peel my hands straight off the back of my head as high into the air as possible, and then driving my hands up and out, keeping them as high in the air as possible. When you get to this position, kind of 3/4 angle up in front of you, you are then going to rotate your arms over back, pull them up your back as high as you can go, and then drop down to your back and rest. And then we do the same thing. We're going to drive it into the sky, extend your arms out, rotate them all the way back up into position, back down on your head. So here's what it looks like on the ground. So I'm bracing as always. I'm using my scapula to elevate my hands, sending them out, keeping them as high as I can, and then rotating, 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 bringing them along my back, getting some cracks, slowly dropping down to as high up on my back as I can get without cheating, and then driving my hands back in the air, extending the arms, keeping them nice and high, rotating the opposite direction, keeping them high, 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 and then dropping to the back of my head. Do that for sets of 8. Do it twice. Do this whole scapular workout. Let me know how you feel.